All right. Just checking. Good morning, everybody. Calm Biker here. A glorious Sunday morning, just 11:59. Sunday morning ride. Oh, isn't that pretty? This is a route I normally come on my bicycle. But I'm trying to find somewhere quiet to do a walk around of the bike. I've tried it a couple of times, and everywhere I'm stopping, it seems to be very busy. And there's cars coming up and stopping and asking if I'm alright, and bikes stopping asking if I'm alright. And all I want to do is do a little video. So I'm trying to find somewhere quiet where I won't get disturbed and won't have lots of engine noises. Because I've put a few videos out since I got this bike on my other bikes, and I've still got some on the Yamaha that's now gone. Still got some video footage that's probably got a vlog or two in there. But when I've been putting them out, people have been saying, oh, that's lovely, but when do we get to see the new bike? So I'll do the walk around today, and you'll have to forgive later videos that I do that might well include me saying I haven't done a walk around yet. So I'll find somewhere, I'll pull up, and I'll show you the new bike. I can't believe how remote I've ended up getting to try and get my video done without being interrupted. Pretty remote indeed. We're in gravel. And yet I've just had to start again because there was a car coming past, believe it or not. So anyway, on with the walk around. Here she is. The Batbike 2, Kawasaki Z1000SX Tourer. I shall now walk around as promised. I think gorgeous looking machine. And kind of an all-rounder. I mean, the reason I got it was it is an all-rounder. I was considering even replacing both bikes, although for the time being I'm going to keep the Z750R because that is the hoon bike. Kev's favourite word, the hoon bike. And this is, well, kind of more grown up. Yeah, it's a bit bigger. It's a bit less easy to throw into the corners than the Z750R. But it's a lot more comfortable and great for touring. So this is kind of a long distance bike as well as a weekend blast bike. So it's a Kawasaki Z1000SX touring model, currently without the touring spec on it because I've left my panniers at home. I do love the way that there is no racking left. You see there, you'd barely know that it's got panniers. There's nothing been taken off. The panniers just slot into the grab rails and sit on that rubber stopper. So they slot in here and sit on there. And they're the only things that look different from the original bike. Not sure whether I like the exhausts or not. They may have to change. They're a bit quiet. And the design of them splits opinion almost as much as the exhausts themselves are split. What a segue. Twin exhausts, twin outlets on each, which is a bit different. I like it. I think if I change them I'll get some stubby pipes that are still split because I do like the 4 outlet look. Especially with that big fat back tyre. Makes it look a bit more purposeful. So specs of the bike, as little as I know, it's 142 horsepower I think. So the engine, which is the same engine out of the Z1000 and I believe the ZX10 or 10R, whatever it's called. I believe it's the same engine as that one as well, but it's tuned for torque rather than top end power. So 142 horsepower, 111 newton meters of torque, which means it accelerates like a bat out of hell, or a bat bike out of hell. Go away, wasp. Spoiling my shot. What else can I tell you about it? Not a huge amount, to be fair. It's metallic black and metallic carbon grey. There is actually a difference in the colours there. But the way it catches the light does trick the eye. So that vertical piece, kind of there, is the same colour as the fairing, but not the same colour as the tank. I did like the green one as well in a 2014 model, but unfortunately on the 2015 models, they've all got a black nose. And it's personal preference, whether you like that or not, but this black nose here seemed too much of a contrast to the green fairings. So I didn't quite get on with that one, so I thought I'll stick with the Batbike appeal. There are some little touches of green on it. So you've got your remote suspension adjuster thingy. That's a bit of green there. For the rather odd, to me at least, horizontal rear shock, which is something Kawasaki seem particularly proud of. Little touch of green on the badges, little touch of green on the bars. So I don't know if you call these clip-ons or not. I guess they're clip-ons, but they're quite high, quite well risen. It's got all sorts of gubbins, so if I turn it on, I didn't go with the ABS. That's next year, I think it becomes law that you have to have ABS. But it's got a few gubbins, so if you look at the instruments, standard kind of stuff, rev counter and all that kind of thing, fuel gauge, time at the bottom right, which I can also switch to temperature. I kind of wish it had temperature and time on at the same time, if I'm honest, especially for running it in. It's nice to have the temperature on all the time. Across the top, where those three dashes are here at the minute, that's your computery thing. So we've got, let's have a look, trip A. You can tell I use that a lot, 656 miles on a trip. Trip B, even worse, 797. That's your miles per gallon, which is all dashes at the minute because I'm not moving and it's instant. There's your average miles per gallon, it's claiming 48. From the way I'm filling it up, I think it's a 20 litre tank and I'm filling it up about every 190 miles, so yeah, it's probably about right. And then that one is the range, so again, it's only when you're moving, but it's looking at your average miles per gallon over the last bit of time, and it gives you an idea of how far you can go. Got a pretty funky screen on it. Touring screen. It's got 3 modes. So you've got, well, they call it upright down to sporty. I call it hoon mode. So that's as low as the screen goes. And then if I just move it up one, it's a bit tricky to do this one-handed. That is kind of the normal mode. That's my day-to-day riding mode. And then if you're on the motorway or if you're vlogging, you can go right to the top. And that is the fully upright, the touring vlogging type one. That really does do a great job of protecting you from the wind noise. I was quite surprised myself at how much that did. What else we got? The only modification I've made so far, heated grips. I will never go without heated grips now. Brilliant things. I even use them in summer. Summer evenings are great. Even long rides in the summer. Sometimes, when it's not. We're talking about British summer, of course, and a Yorkshire summer where we get to the heady heights of 18 degrees C sometimes. So I wouldn't go without my heated grips. My other modification, I've got my brain dump wristband on, ride invisible. Now, I know you're supposed to wear that on your wrist, but I have to say, one great use for it, if you've not seen it already, is wrap it around your brake and your handlebar, and it puts your front brake on. Not a good idea at speed, but if you're working on the bike and you want that front brake locked out when you can't quite reach it, that's very useful. What else you got? On the throttle side, apparently it has a swanky throttle. I don't really know if I've felt it or not, but because it's all this ride-by-wire business that you get on these bikes nowadays, they tend to have snatchy throttles, even snatchier than bike throttles in general. So Kawasaki have come up with this idea of having 2 throttles. You have one connected to your grip, so you can open it up as you want to, and it has a second one completely controlled by the ECU apparently. So it understands what it's doing, it can check out all the things about the computer, what's going on, and it will adjust the throttle input for you, which is quite neat. Still got cars going past. So, what else has it got? Also on the throttle side of things, you've got power modes. It's got full power, which is the one you use, and it's got not full power, which is the one you don't use. You can actually change it when you're riding, so if you can see that F in the middle there, I can make that flash and I can just change it to low power, high power. Low power is still actually pretty quick, so it's probably handy in the rain or things like that, just to take a bit of the edge off. The other thing that's handy in the rain, or maybe not the rain, but definitely in snow and ice and things, which I don't intend to ride in anyway, is your traction control, so I can have level 1, 2 and 3 of traction control are off. Basically I just have it set on the middle one all the time. Here we go with a squid coming past. So yep, that's definitely what I would do, is hoon down a gravel path with no helmet or any gear on at all. Well done. So, what was I saying? So throttle, traction control, yeah, I've only had that one kick in once. That was on the Welsh trip with the infamous biker and everybody else, where what happened was we went through a lot of gravel. I went through about an inch of gravel, and the back wheel just didn't do anything really. It felt a bit funny when you felt it kick in, when you felt it take the power out a little bit, but certainly manageable. I don't know if I've got a lot else to say about it really. What I will do, if people want it, is put together a little video of the panniers, how they go on, how they come off, and what have you, because that's quite sweet. Aside from that, just thinking about other things I might want to do to it. Might want to change the exhaust because it's a bit quiet. Definitely want to go with a 4 outlet still though, so a little stubby kind of thing, if I haven't already said that. Needs a fender extender, as with all bikes of this sort of style. They seem to have a very short front mudguard, which means that all of your gravel and stuff you go through gets pinged up into your radiator. So radiator guard is probably a necessity too. The only disappointing thing was from a point of view of crash protection. I wanted to put bungs or something on it, and I still do want to put something on just to give it a bit of protection, but I was looking at the R&G ones, saw a video about them, and essentially they provide no protection at all. So they're about the 4th or 5th thing to go down, and they seem to be a pivot that means that after it's smashed your fairings and damaged your various engine covers and what have you, it'll pivot nicely and land on the tank as well. So I'm not sure about that. So if anybody knows of a good set of hopefully not too intrusive crash protection bits and bobs for this bike, please let me know. Aside from that, I think I'll shut up. So thanks for watching everyone. Ride safe, and I'll talk to you all again soon. And now I'm going to go and ride it.